Welcome to Greenwood's Vanilla Scoops, where Greenwood shows me and you regular Quake 1 maps you may have missed.
Okay, so the next vanilla scoop that I have is Dimension of the Doomed by Shane Zwiffle Newton. It came out in the year 2011, and it's a base/medieval theme. It's a pretty good sized map. I'd say it's a medium to large size map. 149 enemies on easy, 152 on normal, and 155 on hard. So not a huge difference in enemy count. I'm sure he did his little alterations on power-ups and what have you. And 5 secrets. This is a very enjoyable map. It starts off in a rather large base complex, and then it's got a nice little non-linear layout. And then what happens is you kind of open up I guess portals or what have you into outside door areas that leads you into like a medieval alternate universe. And then you kind of have to work your way back into the complex, key seeking, etc., until you finally beat the level. But I think this map in particular did a really good job of marrying the two themes of sci-fi base with good old-fashioned crunchy medieval ogres and knights, oh my, together. And what did you think about it, Dump Truck?
Well, I echo the same thing. I mean, I think I even wrote down great mix of themes. It's like if you're going to mix the themes in a map, this is one to kind of take a look at as a reference point. It was kind of funny. I'm like, oh, hey, there's nave textures in here. I was kind of surprised. I'm like, hey, wow, check. I didn't notice the release date before I played it. Yeah, really cool, beautiful looking base stuff. Really nice trim work, and all the base stuff was like really nice. I think the medieval stuff maybe Zwiffle wasn't as comfortable with, or just kind of decided to make it real more basic, so it wasn't elaborate. But the layout is what I really loved of the map, because I did get turned around a little bit in one section because it is a non-linear map, and that's actually one of its biggest strengths, is where you're going one way and you hear a door open, and you're like, well, wait, which way should I go? And that was fun. So I backtracked a little bit, and I did get a little turned around at one point. And then I forgot to get the silver key at one point. I was like, I'm going to hold off on this silver key because, something's going to spawn and kill me, whatever, So I kind of just was looking around, and then I'm like, oh, wait, I never got the stupid silver key. So out of all 3 of the ones, you kind of nailed it when you messaged me. You're like, you may want to start with that one because it's pretty chill. It's almost like a slaughter map because there's so many base enemies and they're so easy to kill. And you really have a plethora of weapons and ammo, and you're never really down for the count at any point, really, that I experienced. Yeah, I really love the level. The only thing I didn't like, and it's just a mapper thing, it has nothing to do with the fun factor at all, is that it's very flat in general. Like when you're in the base, it's a lot of flat floors. Your sight lines are broken up a lot, but I just thought, yeah, if someone had sent me this map as a new mapper, I'd say, hey, nice trim work. But I'd also say, yeah, you may want to break up the floor levels a little bit in the base. But then as you go on, obviously, and that might even been a conscious thing on Zwiffle's part. He might have wanted the base to be flat. And then because there's a lot of verticality and different levels and layers as you get into the other dimension part of it. I loved it. I love this map. Had a great time. It was on the easy side for me. But yeah, I dig it. What else did I have? Really, like one of the best uses of grunts and enforcers that I've seen in a while because of the way he did the setups. There's a lot of grunts and enforcers, but it's not like some of these noob maps where people just put a bunch of enemies. He has them coming out, spawning in, monster closets, and they're manageable. It's not like you're swarmed, but they can kill you, because you put 10 grunts in any room and you're going to be in trouble pretty quickly.
Yeah, the way he kind of sprinkled it, and he set up the battles, I thought, pretty nicely.
Yeah,
and I think yeah, you're right. I think just in general, because of the openness of some of the rooms in the base level, and a lot of cover points like columns and crates and what have you. Even when you're getting hammered, it allows you opportunity to kind of retreat or find crevices or cracks in order for you to gather your bearings and maybe pick up a health pack. So yeah, I wouldn't say this is like a white knuckle play compared to like some other maps. But then again, if you get complacent, you'll find yourself getting killed off.
Yeah, I was definitely on my toes the entire time because there were so many grunts, because they can really take you down quickly.
And yeah, you're right. With the base area, he does kind of like employ some it's almost like split level housing, kind of like verticality. It's not like dramatic. And then when you kind of get off into the different wings, it gets a lot more vertical. I really like how, when you get into some of the areas where it kind of turns into a void and kind of does this migration to the medieval, how like you got some, floating like floor tiles,
Yeah.
it kind of breaks it up into this whole, the whole going into the alternate reality type deal. I thought it
Yeah,
was real.
very contract revoked kind of Knave inspirations there for sure, and that was done really well too.
Oh yeah, it's a sharp level. I highly recommend it. Well, a couple things about Shane Zwiffle Newton. If you notice I don't know if you had a chance to check out his README, but he has quite a self-deprecating sense of humor, because on the README, basically all he said was, "Oh, my map stinks next to Necros' contribution." Because I guess maybe this came out of like a speed mapping pack for Q Expo 2011, which was like a 15-year tribute to Quake. And I guess Necros put out a map. He thought his map didn't hold a candle to it or whatever. A couple other things about Zwiffle. He was quite prolific. He did a ton of speed maps on Quake. I actually found one interview where he said next to Scampy, he probably ran more speed maps than anybody for quite a long time. I would say if you like this map, you want to also check out his Knave map, Layers of Caliphase or Caliphise, which originated from the third Quake Turtle Map event. That was Layers of Caliphise with a K, Caliphise, which is also a lot of fun. Much more linear than this one, but still, well done. And also, you want to also check out his contribution to Rubicondum, a large Rubicon-style industrial-based chain map. And if anybody out there likes, Rubicon textured levels, Rubicondum is a lot of fun. It's a huge, as you can imagine, being in a chain map, it's a huge Rubicon inspired level with some really good gameplay. And also, I wanted to note, as of 2008, he has been working at Human Head Studios out of Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, as soon as he got out of the University of Wisconsin at Milwaukee with his bachelor's in computer science, he was able to, get himself a job as level designer at Human Head based on his portfolio. He did level design work. Then for a while he was, mostly doing environmental art. It says as of 2014 to present, he's, doing level design on a game, I guess a game called Minimum. But he's been a long time dude over at Human Head Studios.
Groovy. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We like seeing it, Quake mappers do well, go out in the world and keep doing what they love. That's really cool.
Yeah. So that's my pick for the best vanilla map from Zwiffle. Dimension of the Doomed.
Yeah, it's also Dimension of the Doom, aka Necros. WTF? Seriously?
I'm telling you, you pulled up the README?
Yeah, I'm looking at the README. That's funny. Alrighty. That's it for Greenwood's Vanilla Scoops. Thanks for hanging in there. We'll see you in the next video.